This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in New York State. I'm here with Jennifer Mannion. Since 2006, she has been assisting you in the process of looking inward and awakening into your own self-worth and empowerment to transform the energetic blocks that previously limited you. Reawakening energy for clients across the country. I'm joined with the author, energy reawakener, self-love activator, intuitive healer, many titles that you carry. Thanks so much for joining us here, Jennifer.
Thanks so much, Gary, for having me.
Let's start off a little bit about yourself. You were formerly educated with a BA from Penn State in psychology. You went on to study forensic psychology. More recently, you have taught others as an energy educator, and for over a decade, your passion as an author and intuitive healing practitioner. You have found your mission for helping others heal. Share with me a little bit how this story got started for you.
Sure. I was sick for 7 years. I was diagnosed with a bunch of chronic illnesses. I was told that I would always be ill and in pain and most likely in a wheelchair. That they were telling me then that it could be as soon as a year, and that was in my mid-30s. And instead, I wound up healing myself of all pain and illness in 3 weeks by really changing my thoughts, which changed my energy, really dove right into a lot of reading and listening to and watching stuff about intention and energy and the mind-body connection and gratitude. And within 3 weeks, I was off of medications and healthier than I had been in 7 years.
Wow, that is an impressive story. I was very excited when I researched it. I wanted to share that with all our viewers. In the year 2020, we all paused and began to look inward. Do you feel our need for guidance and clarity is more apparent now, maybe than ever before?
Absolutely. In my field, they definitely call this the time of transformation, and I do feel like the time we just went in did kind of make us look inward. It made us reassess everything. It made us maybe turn off after binging a few shows, turn off things and turn inward a little more and start realizing what was really important to us.
That is interesting. We all have questions as to maybe why we act a certain way or stay in the same limiting patterns. The need to understand why. Do you think that's normal, and is that more common maybe than people realize?
Yeah, I think it helps a little bit to understand because so many times we just have that criticizing mind. We are so horrible to ourselves, the way we speak to ourselves. But knowing, hey, maybe my dad or maybe my brother talked to me that way, or maybe my first relationship, that was how I was spoken to, and I allowed it. So those are the words I'm saying to myself over and over again. So it does help to kind of know where some of those voices come from so we can really say, hey, wait, do I believe that? So many times, clients will do something about, I'm so stupid. Do you really believe you're so stupid? We're learning here. We all make missteps. We all say things that maybe the second later we're like, wow, we could have said that a little nicer. But it's really about learning about ourselves, being kinder to ourselves, and learning different tools so we can move forward easily.
I mean, how does a life path focus reading give your clients a clear grasp and a direction for where to begin? I mean, let's start off explaining what a reading is, kind of in general, for the viewers.
Sure. So I am able to really connect with the person at soul level. And one of the things I ask is what their primary life lesson is. So, what they're really here to learn this time. So, say they have a primary life lesson of education, it'll be important that they're always learning and always being inspired versus like tenacity. Maybe they've been to some rough situations, but it helps to really apply that and also to give just a greater understanding of maybe the blocks and restrictions that have stopped them. Maybe they are a person that talks to them negatively all the time. Maybe they did have a relationship in their life that really kind of informs them of who they are now. So that recognition can really grant them some peace and clarity and almost give them permission to move on.
I mean, so this gift of a reading is something we can really all give ourselves. Do you find that many of us are more comfortable giving than receiving when it comes to love and nurturing? And yet, is self love really the first step in healing?
Absolutely. We've all heard the flight attendant say, put your mask on first before you put it on your child. It's the same thing, but it is so much easier to give. We are taught to be nice to others. We're really not taught to be nice to ourselves. We're taught that if we're too nice to ourselves, it's egoic or it's selfish. But really, if we are not filled, if our energy is not filled, we can't give from love. We might feel resentment, think of like a mom busy with kids and working and she's going all the time. But at some point, your body is going to be like, nope, I know firsthand that's what happened to me. My body was like, nope, can't do that anymore. You're doing too much. So really in listening to ourselves and taking that quiet time, whether it's in nature, doing something that we love and connecting, we're giving ourselves that self-love and we're saying, yeah, I am worth it. And then we can give from a better place.
Very important. I mean, we all deserve love and to feel in balance because only then can we live our best life. How does energy work and the knowledge of our seven chakras assist us in finding that balance?
Oh, I love the chakras. I get so excited to talk about them. So Eastern medicine is based on the chakras. They relate to different areas of our body. And so to give an example, the heart chakra is right at our heart. It can be seen as green or gold. And it's about our relationships and our self-love. And when that's out of balance, we can have issues with our lungs or our heart. I've seen people that go through a lot of grief can have heart problems, so knowing about the different chakras, our third chakra is at our solar plexus. It can cause digestive issues. It's almost like we can't digest the world as it is, or we can't digest a certain situation. So knowing about these energy centers, really, it's like our inner diagnostic center. And we're not taught, again, how to communicate with it, but you can learn pretty simply and be able to tune in and be like, oh, that chakra's out of balance. Maybe I can do this to bring it into balance. And it just gives us more power to really become our own medical advocate and know emotionally and physically what's going to bring us into balance.
Many of my viewers are probably familiar with maybe what a reading is, but most probably have never heard of Akashic Records. Explain what that is and how this reading may differ maybe from what they're used to.
Sure. The Akashic Records is the record of everything throughout time. So our lifetimes over and over again, every property. So say I'm hired to do a property clearing, I will look and see what maybe it was built on Native American land, and it wasn't done in a gentle way. Maybe the people that lived in that place before were negative or had lots of arguments or were ill. And for personal readings, it's really about looking at a lot of times we choose to come in with similar people and sometimes similar dynamics and to learn lessons over and over again. So it really gives a snapshot of the person at soul level, their gifts, as well as maybe some of the relationships and maybe some of the reasons and behaviors and patterns why they're doing the things they do. And again, it allows for more self-love and be like, oh, that's why I do that, and really more compassion to come in.
What is there are there any kind of signs or anything that people would maybe look for to realize that maybe they need a property clearing? Is there something that makes them seek you out for such a thing?
Yeah, anything. Sometimes you walk into a property. I know we've all walked in a room and you could tell if the room's happy or maybe not so happy. Same kind of thing with a property. There are properties clearings that I've done where there are occurrences, where there are disturbances. People aren't sleeping well. They're hearing things at night. But it can also be that you just moved into a new property and you really want that energy to be yours. You really don't want any remnants of anyone else that lived there before, or you're selling your property and you want to clear it out before you put it on the market so that it's at the highest vibration, so that you're attracting the right people to it. So there's a lot of different reasons to get the property clearing.
Wow, that's fascinating. That should come with every real estate transaction out there. It takes care of that. A common phrase of wisdom is know thyself. With a reading, can we know ourselves kind of at a soul level? And can we release judgments on how we maybe think we should be? Is that kind of what takes place?
You just said that perfectly. I should add that to it. That is absolutely perfect. Yes, it is about knowing ourselves. It is about knowing our gifts, and maybe knowing the things that, one of my soul aspects is I don't do things in a linear fashion. I do things 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there. It could look like ADD to people, but you know what? I get stuff done just differently. So really honoring how we're different and honoring our gifts instead of forcing ourselves into a box, really appreciating ourselves at that deeper level.
Finding blocks and restrictions for your clients, how does that help in healing not only emotional but also in medical issues that you were able to do for yourself?
Yeah, well, say there are hooks and cords. I'll give an example. There was a client that had a cord from their ex-wife who was pretty negative, that was affecting the way they walked, honestly, and affecting pain in their sciatica. That's the root chakra that affects your legs and your feet. So with that removed, they were able to move okay. They were able to walk. That sciatica pain was gone. So with these blocks and restrictions, it can be hooks and cords, it can be beliefs, it can be patterns, it can be all karma, it can be all kinds of different things that are connecting us energetically. And when that is freed, it just allows for that energy to be freed. And I do love that with these readings, I will ask for that clearing work to be done, but I also do give my clients a clearing to do, a prayer to say for 21 days, because it's their intention behind it. That's pretty important. Like, yeah, I'm ready to clear this stuff out. Yeah, I'm ready to move forward.
After all, we're just energy. The body is just holding all this energy, but the two work hand in hand. Assisting others on their spiritual path, as you say, can sometimes be a kick in the butt. But can this be a good thing?
Absolutely, absolutely. After I got my first Akashic reading done, I was told I'd be a healer. I was like, no, that's woo-woo. I would never do that stuff. But then I started feeling energy in every part of my body. I'm like, okay, I guess, I am meant to move forward. And we can stay very comfortable in our comfort zone, even if we're not comfortable. We just stay there. But this really did show me like this was my path. And I've been walking it for almost 20 years now. And yeah, not looking back.
That is great. For those folks out there who want to connect with you, be it in person or virtually, or maybe even read some of the writings that you have done as an author, explain for them before we let you go how they do that.
They can go to my website is the best place, Jenny Mannion, JennyMannion.com. I actually offer a free online class there, 7 days to reawaken self-love through the chakras. It's a great way to get in touch with me, or Jenny@JennyMannion.com to email me, and happy to answer questions. Happy to just offer little tools that make this life a whole lot easier, because we do need that during this time.
Be it a life situation reading or a relationship reading or even like a property clearing, do you enjoy educating your client what may be best for them at their particular time in life?
Absolutely. I do love connecting with clients. Some people will go to my website and be like, this is what I need. But if they have questions, I'm more than happy to jump on a free call and just kind of go over the different services I have. And yeah, we will come to that together.
Your mission is to simplify the process by offering step by step guidance, practical tools to reawaken and realign your client's energy to really its highest potential. Is this rewarding work for you?
It is so rewarding. Seeing people have aha moments, seeing people be a little gentler to themselves, and seeing how that reflects out. It creates healthier relationships within their family or with their spouse and kids. It affects their work environment. It affects everything. It affects their health and well-being. It just invites more joy in. And I do feel like we are meant to experience a whole lot of joy here. But, sometimes life situations get in the way. So yes, it is the most rewarding work I could ever imagine doing.
That is great. Love sharing your story. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is her website. On the website, you can see all the services she provides. If you would like her to speak at your event or your group, you can reach out to there as well. For a kind of a daily dose of her wisdom, check out her blog. You can scroll through her events on the calendar right there on the website. She has plenty right there for the reawakened community that she definitely wants you to be a part of. I mean, we all have this powerful ability to heal ourselves. Sometimes we just need help to kind of get there. So reach out today. Reawakening Energy with Jennifer Mannion, the process of looking inward and awakening into your own self worth and empowerment to remove blocks that previously limited you. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.